howdy folks, so Battleground just wrapped up, and let's take a look at the results and see how you did my predictions. The kickoff show on the kickoff match and the kickoff show was Breezango versus the Usos. I did choose properly, and we do have Breezango or Febreze, whatever you want to call them. They do get the win, and they rocked it. That was a really good match. That was fun. We kick off the pay-per-view proper with Dana Brooke comes out with Charlotte. Sasha Banks comes out, and with the moment we've been waiting for, her partner is Bayley. I was wrong, but they do win, and it was awesome. Fun back and forth match. I did like the fact that Sasha Banks does lock on the bank statement early on, gets pulled out of the ring, gets broken up, and later on with the help of Bayley, keeping Dana Brooke at bay, Sasha Banks does make Charlotte tap out to the bank statement, hopefully setting up a future one-on-one title match. After that, we go to the Wyatt family versus the New Day. Good back-and-forth match here. A lot of whole size versus speed things. The Wyatts tend to be the bigger guys, with the exception of Big E. But the interesting thing about this was Xavier Woods' story. This was Xavier Woods facing his fear, being like stared down by the Wyatts, being cowered by them. And by the end, he essentially goes Super Saiyan and does like lay into them. But in the end, the Wyatts do overcome because it's not a title match. Whenever it's not a title match, the New Day don't win. So, New Day does win that one. It was 3 for 3 at that point. We have Rusev versus Zack Ryder. And this was a surprise match for me. Ryder got a lot more offense, a lot more power offense than he usually does, especially against someone of the caliber of Rusev. But in the end, the Bulgarian Brute does overcome, and he does lock on the Accolade, and Zack Ryder does tap out. This is sort of what I predicted, because in the later match, we're going to talk about, well, Miz faces Darren Young, and we have this weird, it's a good back and forth match for a while. At the end is this weird double DQ, because Miz goes after Bob Backlund after Bob Backlund blocks him from leaving. Then Maurice gets up in Bob Backlund's face, slaps him, and then like feigns the ankle injury on the ground. The ref turns around, they see angry Bob Backlund tearing at his shirt, so Miz goes out there, gets up in Bob Backlund's face. Darren Young puts the crossface chicken wing on the Miz, doesn't let go on the outside of the ring, and the referee calls for a double DQ. I predicted Miz was going to win, but that's because I thought Miz was going to continue as the Intercontinental Champion. So what that does set up, though, is Darren Young will now be on the same roster as Rusev, who's the U.S. Champion. And I think the Make Darren Young Great Again campaign will tie in with the election season, and we'll see him feuding with Rusev through November. That's where I'm thinking this is going to go. After that, we had Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And my God, these guys killed it out there. And Sami Zayn nearly killed himself in the process. He hit the top rope where he does a little like, rope hop backflip moonsault. He did it to the outside, but like something in the way he hit the ropes, he only got half a rotation and like dropped like shoulder first on the ring apron. He got up and continued the match after that, but that was just brutal to watch. In the end, though, Sami Zayn does get the win. Clean haluva kick in the corner. Pins Kevin Owens. Is this over? No. Do we want them to fight forever? Yes, please. These guys can go at it, like I said, every week from now to WrestleMania and have a Hell in a Cell match or something insane. I'm perfectly fine with that. After that, we had Natalya facing off with Becky Lynch. And this was, a lot of people looked at this match as Becky Lynch needs to win. She's been turned on by all of her friends at this point. I looked at it a different way. I came to this match going, Natalya's got a new attitude. Her new heel turn, this needs to establish her. And my God, this match did that. It was her working over Becky's knee the entire match and playing up to the crowd, which was amazing. because you'd watch like Becky Lynch come out and be like, "Hey, look at me!" and the crowd cheers, and Natalya's like, "Look at me!" and the crowd boos. But she soaked up the boos like they were cheered, which was pretty amazing. In the end, she does wrap up Becky Lynch with a sharpshooter. Becky almost gets the rope. She drags her back to the middle of the ring, locks it in, and Becky Lynch taps out. Oh, the thing I forgot earlier, sorry about that, is after the Rusev-Zack Ryder match, we did have Mojo Rawley come out for the save because Rusev basically kept attacking Ryder after the match. So we did get another NXT person on the roster. And it was pretty cool to see Mojo just sort of face down Rusev. Get up in his face with the, "I'm hyped, you ain't hyped, what you doing, what you doing." And Rusev sort of slowly backed away from crazy, which was kind of cool. After that, we get to our co-main event. John Cena, Enzo Amore, and Big Cass versus The Club, being AJ Styles, Carl Anderson, and Luke Gallows. I don't know how to describe Enzo Amore's promo beforehand. It was amazing. It meandered. It wandered. But in the end, it was beautiful. It was a thing of art. Go look for it. It'll be on YouTube somewhere. Big Cass's little bit was basically calling ASL's soccer mom, saying, "Go pick up your kids, drop them off on Raw, come with us to SmackDown. We'll keep this going on." Crowd actually chants "soccer mom" at one point at AJ Styles. The Club comes out. They've got new shirts. It's sort of the gas mask with the 3 swords. I think it's weird that, hey, they're releasing merchandise as they're splitting them up. But I guess the story is they're expanding, so you'll have Club on SmackDown, Club on Raw. What this means, if you can actually pull it off, it's a whole other thing. The 3 swords on the logo make me think that it's going to be Finn Balor, Carl Anderson, and Luke Gallows, and they'll show up and they'll jump AJ Styles and tell him he can't wear the gear anymore or something. This was an amazing back and forth match. Lots of false finishes towards the end. But John Cena does hit the attitude adjustment, does get the win in the end. Maybe a bit sad. I was expecting the Club to go over here. This is the one match I was one of 2 matches 100% wrong with. Up until this point, I had only gotten 1 half wrong, which was the Miz versus Darren Young. Our main event being Ambrose, Reigns, and Rollins. The Shield triple threat match. It was amazing. It was everything people were hoping it would be. It was like the triple beard, triple threat. Ambrose has sort of got the stubble growing in. Reigns shows up with the big dark beard at this point. Kind of strange. Reigns had the most boos in the night, but we all sort of expected that going into this. He seemed to play it up a bit more, so I'm thinking he's playing it darker, he's playing it edgier. Is he actually a full-fledged heel? We'll have to wait till he gets on the mic and really find that out. In the end, we've seen everyone's finisher, but Dean Ambrose, Reigns hits the spear, Ambrose hits Dirty Deeds, and gets the 1, 2, 3, and Ambrose retains his title, and the title goes to SmackDown. So what will happen on Raw? I'm assuming this is when they decide they're going to crown a World Heavyweight Champion, and we'll do that at SummerSlam? I don't know. We'll find out. Overall, fun pay-per-view. I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed this review. Any questions you have, please leave them in the comments down below, and we'll see you next time.